जी अस्सलाम वालेकुम students of grade 11. This is Pakistan International School Dive. I welcome you all on our YouTube channel. How are you students? How is life going on? Students, try to be humble to your parents and be obedient, right? And do take care of your siblings. That's very important. You are here with me in English Hub. This is our virtual learning system session 2020 and it's lecture number 9. And the topic is same as we were studying before. It's country for me, and it's me, Mrs. Imran. Dear students, let's talk about major objectives. Which objectives I have selected for today's lesson, and at the end of this lesson, which objectives we will achieve, inshallah. The first one is as we have started this a new chapter, so that objective is almost same, to develop the ability to read English with understanding. That's very important. Of course, once we'll be reading, so we'll try to understand as well. The second one is to be able to understand the content and to follow the sequence of ideas as we are reading it sequentially. So, of course, we are going with the flow as author is telling us. So we are following that flow, right? And the facts were given here. Then to be able to, number three, to be able to grasp the meaning of words and different types of sentences contextually. Once we'll be reading sentences, so contextually we can relate with the previous one, which is very important. All right, so that's also very important. Then the next one is to be able to know about the importance of farming and village life. Yes, as once we started this lecture, so I told you, and briefly I told you each and everything about village life, and then we started the text. So I think it's pretty clear. There is no confusion or ambiguity at all. And the last point, which we will cover today, that's from exercise. That's about apostrophe. That how do we use apostrophe in different places, right? And how can we place it? And especially that's we can say that it's the use of apostrophe, right? So we'll be covering three exercises for that. All right. Yes, this is our today's chapter. It's country for me. It shows how cool and calm environment is there. Pin drop silence. It's captivating, by the way. Lush green grass is there. This peaceful environment, right? These are the same few clicks which I took for your this lesson regarding farming, livestock. That's Lambie. This one was Lambie, and this is about livestock and how he's taking care. Is now page number 42, where we left our lesson. The last paragraph is Joe is the youngest of Ed and Betty, Holland's 6 children. Now he's telling about his siblings. She's telling about his siblings, right? Only he and his brother Marty, 16, still live at home, that they both are living home. Two other brothers, Bill and Terry, come home each day to eat meals with the family. Now, where are they actually? They just come home for eating and all that, but what do actually? They are somewhere else, and they have taken they have they have taken they are working actually on neighboring farms, right? Rental neighboring farms. They are working there. They'll be mentioning it here. Yes, yes, it's about that neighboring farms. They're working there. Each has his own livestock herd. This is how they are putting their efforts and how they are contributing, right? But they farm their land collectively with the father. Overall, it's been supervised by the father. He's looking after and he's taking care. But those kids are actually handling and running those farms, right? Two other children, Kevin and Kathy, don't live at home. They don't live there. This year, Kevin, 22, will graduate from college. Interestingly, students, I am really surprised when I see that how nicely the parents have uh, trained them and groomed them. That at the same time they are studying and they are giving quality time to their farmhouses as well, right? A farmhouse as well. But here, two of them are somewhere else for studies, right? This year, Kevin 22 will graduate from college in Chicago, and he will be the fourth college graduate among the Holland children. Their Holland family, as I told you in the beginning. So over there, like among them all, that he will be the fourth one. We insist they all go college and get a taste of what it is like off the farm. Now, intentionally, what elders want them to do, they want them to be there, they want them to go out of it. I mean, sometimes you need to have maybe environmental changes, or maybe for the reason that they can see the life around, or the world around. They want to say, I mean, Holland family, they want them to go outside of that specific zone so that they can enjoy life outside. But as they have been groomed there, so they themselves are actually not interested in that, right? That's also one of the most important point. And says Betty, then it if they want to come back to farming, that's fine. Like if they see the world around and then they come back, so that's pretty good. That seems like they are still interested in their own farming, right? Kathy, 24, is the oldest child and the only daughter. She is now a Roman Catholic nun. See, it's a Nobel profession over there. So, I mean, she belongs to this profession, like she was working over there. She's now a Roman Catholic nun. She got that degree, right? Doing graduate study in Dubuque. Over there, she's studying in Iowa. Like her brothers, she grew up farming. She also grew up in the same environment, in the same the mindset was almost same, right? And she still misses it, of course. Once if she was there, so she was missing that part, though she's out of that environment now, but no problem. But still, her mindset is the same as others have. So having the same school of thought. Kathy called this May during her final exam and said, I would give anything to be plowing instead. She preferred the same as her other brothers are saying, right? So she's preferring the same. As a youngest, Jewel has at times had more farming. So he has been the part of it. So he used to do farming a lot. Teachers than he's wanted. Now he says like because he's the youngest one, so he's being taught a lot. Like everybody comes and start guiding him and start giving him instructions, and there, he has so many instructors indeed. One night he sat at the kitchen table listening to his dad and brothers talk about the reward of farming, right? So they were discussing about that all. So it's a good independent life, said Bill. You are your own boss. This is how they passed the comment, right? And in response, sarcastically, how did this boy respond? He said, I wouldn't know, said Joel, grinning. I have got bosses. Who? Asked his dad. Now, sarcastically, like he is enjoying that remark actually. And then afterwards, he commented that way, like, you think like I have one boss? No, and there is no boss. I have maybe so many bosses around, because he was the youngest one, as we discussed here, that he was taught by so many instructors or teachers. And that's why he feels about himself like I have so many bosses around. I can't say that you are your own boss. I can't say this. Joel pointed to each one around the table. He was pointing them out, right, sarcastically. They all laughed. For sure, they had to laugh. That was an interesting part. And okay, Joel used to be largely at somebody's side. Now, this is once again why he's telling this, that watching and listening, lending a hand, or going on the run for a tractor or forgotten to. Like he has to look up to everyone, like what others are asking him to do. Like somebody's saying, it's okay, go and see this. Okay, fine, come and listen to me first. Okay, give me this for a while. Okay, I mean, like he's been instructed, and afterwards everybody's asking him to do something for him, right? He took the occasional bossing he got in stride. Now he's saying, if I just go walk for long steps, so what will I be doing? I have to. Occasionally it happens with him, but he took that occasional bossing he got astride. Now what happened? Like he can't take his own decisive steps himself, like because he's being instructed by others. Now he is so busy with his own work. Now somehow he's busy with his own work that he's no longer available to everybody. Go first. Now he what he's saying, like whatever was happening in the past was over. Now I am not at that capacity, like I'm going to serve everyone, because he's busy in like because as he's saying, like as he's gopher is actually an employee who specializes in the delivery of special items, like of regarding that farming tools, right? So he got busy there. So that's why maybe he'll not be that much free, that he'll be available all the time and he'll be serving everyone overall. Okay. If I had just one word to describe Joel, this is about Joel's personality now and his habits and his active about his activity. Here that Patricia is trying to explain us about her activities and her about skills. Okay, if I had just one word to describe that Joel, so what will she be saying? She said, if I had just one to describe, it would be enthusiasm. Overall, it should be taken as like his excitement and his passion and his eagerness towards work, right? How excited he is for his own job. Says Betty. He uses his youthful energy indiscriminately, so randomly and overall, if we just see, so that he is ready to serve. And he doesn't bother like how how I'm serving others and why I have to go there and here. And he doesn't have any self interrogation for about himself, like why I do serve others. Once he thinks, like if it's about farming, so he loves to do that work for that purpose, right? On one summer day, he jumped 15 fences. Okay, fine. Drove from farm machinery 25 miles. Okay, it's again a good. It was a heavy task actually. Then fed 320 animals. So he fed them like 320 animals. Then opened and closed gates. Walked and ran about 8 miles. If you remember, like previously we discussed about like how frequent he used to visit this place, right? So it's all about that. Like it shows his interest as it's being taken as his legacy. Then we talk like that farming is his own world. So that's why it shows that he himself is actually interested in. Jumped on and off the tractor 26 times, lifted 900 pounds of grain, then shoveled 4,000 pounds, and he used to dig up then the stuff over there regarding grains, and ate about 2,600 calories. So this is all about his efforts which he made to be there, and which he made actually intentionally and happily, and he was ready to do, and he was ready to serve them all because it was related to farming. On weekends and during the summer, Joe works outdoor anywhere from 8 to 15 hours a day. Look at his services. Still, he's interested. Still, he's not fed up. Still, he's not saying no to anyone. And he's ready to work, right? The only time he minds it is during early spring. Why? That's a different part. When I was reading, I was even surprised that how did it happen. But like he was intentionally right, or originally he was right here. Then he says that the snow melts. Yes, snow melts and rain often pours down daily. So because of that, there was all muddy area, right? So he feels like he's actually he feels himself like he's annoyed, right? He doesn't like that time. Then the snow melts and rain often pours down daily, turning the farmyard into a swamp, and it becomes like a marshy place. And mud sucks at his boots. walking itself a tedious chore, so it becomes so annoying, and he doesn't feel good, he feels irritation, and he doesn't like that, right? Okay, more than he more than the bother, though Joel hates the ugliness, so he doesn't like that. When it rains, everything seems so awful, so it becomes, again, he doesn't like that all. Okay, regarding, now let's talk about next one part. Regardless of how much energy his work consumes, he doesn't mind that. Joel has plenty left over for sports. Still, he's interested in that. He hunts deer and traps wildlife in the fall. So, I mean, he has his own activities and he enjoys those activities, because the reason is he himself feel about himself. He talks about himself like he's interested in what he loves to hunt, he loves to play outside, he loves to go for sports activities, right? So that's the reason he's left over for sports. He hunts deers and traps wildlife in the fall, and snowmobiles are also there. In the winter he loves to drive them. Spring brings the softball and basketball games, so he's an active player, right? So he plays softball and basketball also. And summer provides weather for water skiing and fishing, so he likes that as well. And he rather takes a lot of, he shows, and he expresses that I am interested to play these all games, and happily he takes part in these all activities. Nearly all his favorite sports are played outdoors. Whatever is his favorite, that's been played outside. So already he loves to go outside, and he spends maybe 12 to 14 hours outside. So that's not a big problem for him. Rather, he enjoys this part. If he had to live in the city for a year, now this is about he's there is an opinion about him. Like he says, and he comments about himself, like if he had to live in the city for a year, Joel says he would mostly miss the land. He will be missing his country life, countryside. I would miss seeing things grow, the change of seasons. He likes it a lot. In fact, if because it was actually mesmerizing, it was captivating, and he himself is the part of it, so he can't go out of it, and he's not even interested to go out of it. That's the main reason, and because he's been groomed there, he's been grown up there, so he doesn't want to go out of it. In fact, if Joel could choose any place in the world to live, he guesses he would live right here. He doesn't want to go anywhere else. Though you must have noticed that teenagers love to go and to visit so many places which they haven't seen yet, and they want to enjoy world tours and all. But he's not interested in that. He said, even if I'll get a chance, even then I'll prefer my own place where I live. I would have to be country. It would be it would have to be a country. That's the same place. After living out here, I don't think I would ever want to go to be in the city. He doesn't want that urban life at all. You just don't have the freedom. This is his own perception. He's talking about liberty here. Freedom, I must say, it should be replaced with the liberty. He thinks like, I don't have liberty there. I can't do anything of my own choice and whatever I want to, because I have to go with the flow as urban life is already, right? I have to move accordingly. So there's their own routine. The citizens and, like, people living in urban areas or in cities, they have their own routine they need to follow. Once they'll not follow, so they'll not be able to cope up with their with that flow. Or the responsibilities, yes, he thinks like, I can't do that. I'm not saying a city kid doesn't have responsibility. He's saying like, I'm not against them, and I'm not saying like they don't have their own responsibility. But you don't work as a family the way you do on a farm. So he's saying that it shows the unity, it shows their own bonding and their attachment with each other along with the work. though they are working together, they spend a lot of time for their on their that on their house chores, on their farm chores, but at the same time they are giving quality time to each other. In this way they are working as well as they are spending quality time with each other. It would just have to be country for me. So he's taking that this is all about my own small world and I love it. Okay, new vocabulary words are there, students. I hope it's been understood. Nothing is there is no confusion at all. But still, if you have, you may ask. Okay, students. Now, new vocabulary words are given. That's a word bank. So these are the words given. If still there is, if you have, I explained each word while reading the text, but still you may see. Okay. Now let's talk about question answers. That's an important part, right? Question answers. When you see, I have explained each part of it, but still, let me just tell you or to give you some clues so that you can see yourself and you can extend it accordingly, according to the required words given in the paper, right? How does Joel feel about getting out of bed at 11:15 p.m. to feed the lamb? How can you tell? Joel was answer is Joel was called off bed at 11:15 p.m. by his mother. He jumped out of the bed and went straight to the uh, barn. He always used to go there to feed the animals. This was his routine, right? Describe the Holland's farm. Now it's the second one. The Holland's farm is near Scale Mount. It's a small town of 400 people. The land is hilly, rolling in great waves. The third question is in what ways does Joel play the role of an adult? Joel is a teenager, but he does the work of an adult. We have already discussed it in detail. He works with his family together. He actively does his labor, which is essential for the family's well being. Okay, so the next question is, does Joel agree with his brother about the reward of a farming life? No, Joel doesn't agree with his brother. His brother says that it's independent life, but Joel says that it's not independent. He has got bosses. He's thinking about himself like I have the bosses, right? So he can't say that he can't say that he's free, right? He's not independent at all. What skills must a farmer have to run a farm like the Hollands? The next question, and the answer is farmers must have to be machine operators, mechanics, husbandmen, like that. No, they should be wet. They must be peasants or like farmers, agriculturalists, and business people to run a farm like the Hollands. Okay, Joel says that one of the that of all the places on earth, he would choose to live right here on the farm. Do you think his choice is good one? You can give your own opinion. By the way, I'm not going to go into the detail of it. You may just give your own opinion, right? You can do it as a homework. This question number 6, because you can share your opinion as well then. Okay, then this is about farming, different timings of like how they have made a schedule. So you can see this. Yes, students. Now the important part is about use of apostrophe. As I've told you in the beginning that we will be doing it. So you can see now. Yes, the apostrophe has three uses: to form possessive of nouns, to show the omission of letters, and to indicate certain plurals or of lowercase letters. So it depends. Like for that, I have tried to explain it here in detail so you may see it properly. We can form the possessive case, that's showing ownership of singular noun that doesn't end in s. Okay, that doesn't end with this one. By adding an apostrophe, it gives the sense like Fuzzle's website. So this apostrophe is actually telling us that the ownership of him, right? So it's telling us about that. That shows his possessiveness. A day's leave, the court's order. It's been ordered by the court. So its court's order is again apostrophe, then as a stone's throw. So it's again the same. Okay, now let's see the rules. These rules are actually given on page number here, on page number 47, then 40, sorry, 48, then 49, and the same way on 50 as well. So I have concluded that all, and I have made this little summary for you. We can form the possessive case of a singular noun that ends in s by adding apostrophe alone, like bus tries. Bus tries. So you can see the difference in over there, like if it's for a singular or for the plural. So it will be used as a plural. So it's like this, right? We can form possessive case of a plural noun that doesn't end in s by adding like this: men's cricket team. So it's for plural already. So it will be used this way: children's iPad. So it's a collective. It's already collective. So it can be taken, sorry, plural, or yes, it is collective as well. But here we are explaining it in form of plural. Number three, we can form the possessive case of plural noun and that doesn't end in s by adding apostrophe and not s. Dogs barking. Again, collect so many dogs are plural there. Babies crying. So you are not add s here. It's a rule. Okay, rule number four, we cannot use an apostrophe with possessive pronouns like his, hers. Yes, it's understood. You know about pronouns. So it's all about that. And you're not going to use with that, right? Number five, we cannot use a double apostrophe. For example, Ijaz's sister's son. You got the point? We will be doing this exercise as well. So Galaxy S9, it's wrong. So I mean, like you cannot add S with that. It's simple. Uh, okay, number six. Apostrophe with S is used with anybody, nobody, everybody, somebody, anyone, someone, no one, etc. For everybody's concern is no one's concern, everybody's concerns, right? So right after that word, particular word, it can be added to just show the ownership or to the thing which belongs to this, the thing or the stuff which belongs to that person. We can add here then as. All right. These are the pages I have mentioned in detail, and countable and not uncountable and all that. Okay, students, now directly move to that, about this exercise. That's exercise number one. Okay, the first one is Bristol's harbor is one of the country's most beautiful, yes, country's most beautiful. But now we'll see that which one suits for the first one. It is C, the third one. Why? Bristol's harbor is one of the countries. Now see, it belongs to the country, right? So country's most beautiful, and here it's Bristol's. Now the second one is, yes, the two boys' bags were lying at the river's edge. Two boys. Now see, as we have discussed it already, it can't be because we are discussing about two. Oh, sorry. Okay, we were discussing about two boys, so of course it's not possible. The two boys bags, so there is nothing to do with the bags, right? So the third one suits it, that it's about, this is the correct option, the two boys bags. Here after plural, we have discussed it already, that even after plural we can use this apostrophe because it's showing it's collective now. It's plural, and after plural it shows the possessiveness of that as well. So that's why we will be using boys bags or a river's edge. All right, and this is about river. Okay, the third one is an option is D. Why? My parents' flat is in one of the city's finest areas. Of course, it's not that correct one. And then the second one and the third one, my parents' flat. See, the first thing, as we discuss about plural now, flat is in one of the city's finest areas. Fourth one is the world's experts were quick to praise the two girls' courage, right? Girls, again, it's likewise, it goes in the same way. Like it was about boys, and here it's about girls. The girls' courage, and because they own it, and it because belong to them. That's why you will be using this. Okay, the fifth one is we are talking about Steve's mother's house is right next to his only sister's flat. Now, see, the fourth one is the correct option. D. Steve's mother's house. Steve's first point. The second one is mother's house is right next to the to his only sister's flat. So because these all things are related to the possessiveness or the ownership of someone, so that's why we directly are using this one like apostrophe s for that. The two buildings for number six, the third option is the correct option. The two buildings doors, buildings door, again the same formula is used, same strategy, same rule we are following here. Doors and windows were damaged in the blast. All right. The seventh one is the cat's illness. So now this is the first option is correct. Don't consider these options, please. The cat's illness was making its paws sore. The cat's illness, what was making it paws sore? The, its illness. Whose illness? Cat's illness. So it belongs to cat. So that's why we are using this here. Okay. Number eight. So number eight is about the team. Now the team manager is a manager's attitude. So this is the second option is correct option. So let's just read that one. It always slips. The team's manager's attitude. The team's manager's attitude was affecting all the players' performance. So it was for eight. Now option is B, right? The correct option. For number nine, D is a correct option, right? So why? Because its owners made Ted the cat's life. Actually, it's all about cat's life, right? So this is the correct option. Very comfortable. Its owners made Ted the cat's life very comfortable. So it belongs to cat actually. So that's why we are using apostrophe here. Okay, number 10. The B option is second option is correct option. The Romans' bridges and roads were vital for moving the troops. Supplies. Now, troops again, it's a collective noun. Sorry, that plural noun. So that's why we are using apostrophe here. And here it's about Romans, so apostrophe is here after plural. Okay, so let's see the next one. Second exercise is about directly you have to fill these blanks, right? So for filling these blanks, so the first one is the husband of her sister drives a trailer truck. His sisters. All right? So it's about sisters. Now you can see yourself here. We heard the voices of the children clearly in the lounge. We heard the children's voices. So again, apostrophe S. Here once again, here we will be using as sisters, apostrophe S, because it's about two sisters, and then supported by two witnesses. So witnesses after witnesses, and then here we'll be using S as well. And then breads, of course, bread, and then apostrophe S. Here the guess of anybody is as good as mine. Anybody's apostrophe S, right? I spend all my Ramadan at my grandmothers, comma, apostrophe s, and then we are using this house. The votes of four members change the outcome of the election. So four members, so members will be taken as a plural noun, and afterwards we'll be using comma. Okay, now the wipers on your car need to be replaced. Your cars, I mean, it's about car and then comma and as. Likewise, in the last one, the cat played with the toy belonging to it. The cat played with it, comma s, apostrophe s, and then toy. All right, I hope it's clear. Yes, students, now let me tell you a little about your do's and don'ts as your summer vacations are going to start. It. So for that, I want you to, I have, by the way, already advised you a lot. I don't want to give you a detail, or I don't want to deliver any lecture on it anymore. But little details are there for your do's and don'ts. I'll just read it quickly and then we'll move forward. Okay, read the chapters. Do read the chapters carefully. Do analyze the topics, whatever the topic in the chapters you have read with me. Do underline at least five complex sentences from each chapter. This is your again one of your tasks. Do find the synonyms of five difficult words from each chapter daily. This will be your task, and you can use them even in your day-to-day conversation. Okay, do write a summary of each chapter once in a week. All right, that will also be in your do's. Do review parts of speech. This is a grammar portion. Students, usually I don't highlight that it's a grammar and it's other part of text, but you can differentiate yourself and you can split it as well. So here it's a grammar part, and even this the previous one we discussed about complex sentence, that's also the part of grammar. Here, review parts of speech, synonyms and phrasal verbs, idiomatic phrases, types of sentences, and narration. So that's very important. You need to practice and review them all. Do improve your moral values. Try to be good with your siblings, your family and friends, and will try to be obedient in front of your parents whenever they ask you something to do. So try to follow them, and try to be good with everyone, and be positive in approach. All right, the last point is do make and follow your study schedule daily. You need to make a study schedule in your these summer holidays, and then afterwards try to follow it strictly. All right, here are some don'ts for you. Don't leave the text unread from any chapter. Students, it's very important for your MCQs, because you're gonna have 20 marks MCQs in your exams. So that's the best part. That's the best time for you. That's a quality time for you to spend this time on your text and review the text in detail, and don't leave the text unread. I have already told you and explained you each and everything, but you have to personally see it. That I'm sorry. Yes, so contextually, if you will be reading a chapter in detail, and you'll be getting each and every single word and its meaning, so it will be easy for you to check your MCQs, right? Don't miss the facts given in different topics. So you have to review those topics, facts as well, facts and ideas as well. Don't forget to underline different types of sentences. Yes, don't repeat the same vocabulary while writing a summary of the chapter. Once you'll be writing a summary or any composition, remember that you are not going to repeat the same words, right? Don't forget to review parts of speech, synonyms, phrasal verbs, idiomatic phrases, types of sentences, and narration. So don't miss them, and don't forget to review them. Don't forget to improve your moral values. Never take it for granted. Please take them seriously and try to work on it. Don't ignore your study schedule. Whatever schedule you have made, you need to follow that strictly. Yes, now let me get you there on the last slide of today's lecture. Happy summer vacation. There is no quote, no message today. Just wish you good luck for your summer vacation. Enjoy your quality time with your family and friends, with your siblings, everyone. All right. Stay home, Stay safe, stay healthy, and remember us all in your prayers. God bless you all. Allah Hafiz. Take care.